You're tuned in to the Kansas City Weather Report, your daily source for the latest local forecast right here in KC. Whether you're planning your commute, weekend barbecue, or just trying to figure out if you need that extra layer, Wes has you covered. So let's dive into today's forecast.
Welcome to the Kansas City Weather Report. I'm meteorologist Wes Peary. Today is Wednesday, September 3rd, and here's what's up with the weather. I hope you had a great Labor Day weekend, and apologies that the episodes have been so inconsistent. Let me tell you, it has been continuing to be a very hectic work life for me. Let me just leave it at that. There's a lot going on behind the scenes, and so I appreciate your loyalty as you continue to listen to these episodes and stay up to date with what's going on with the weather. Now, today, it'll get a little interesting. The chance for some scattered thunderstorms to roll through later on this afternoon. We'll generally say between around 4 and 10 o'clock. We could even get a couple rounds of thunderstorms that move through, and both of them could produce some damaging wind gusts and some pretty large hail. The air above us is cooler than what it has been, of course, this summer. And so as thunderstorms are coming through, they're able to create hail and larger hail pieces as well. And so that will be one of the concerns as we get those thunderstorms maybe developing, again, between around 4 and 10 later on this afternoon. But outside again this morning, it's another just incredibly comfortable start. You will notice the humidity a little bit this morning as temperatures will be starting off close to 60 degrees. Lunchtime temperatures near about 75 degrees, actual highs around 80 to 85, especially if the thunderstorms don't show up until later in the day. Maybe closer to, again, about 85-ish for the high. So compared to how the weather has been lately, today will be pretty warm. But these thunderstorms are coming from one of two shots of very cold air. And by the way, a pressure change warning also coming over the next 3 days. The pressure is really going to bottom out on Friday morning along with the temperatures. Following the thunderstorms later on today, we will get some comfortable air, about 50 on Thursday morning, about 75 on Thursday afternoon, and then Friday, another little push of cold air could produce some scattered showers, and this is another piece of Arctic air coming through, and we may set a record cold high temperature for Friday. It may only be about 60 in the morning, and about 65 in the afternoon as we may get stuck in the clouds in a pretty chilly northwest wind. I mean, this is, I don't want to say winter because it's not going to be winter. But, I mean, to be in the 60s all day and it's cloudy and it's windy, I mean, this is going to be like a middle of the fall type of feeling day for Friday. This is going to be some sweater weather, I think, for your Friday. What a great way to start the weekend. The weekend looks absolutely perfect, albeit cool. Saturday morning in the 40s, Saturday afternoon near 75 degrees, 55 on Sunday morning, and again about 75 to 80 on Sunday afternoon. And then it's about 75 to 80 degrees still Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, with morning temperatures close to 60 degrees. Just this incredible stretch of unseasonably cool weather just continues. This is like our second shot of Arctic air in as many months, and that is pretty unusual to happen. So I hope you're able to take advantage of the weather and enjoy it. And if you're not, like honestly, like we're just getting into fall, so I'm sure there'll be more times for you to enjoy the great weather. Like if you're going to the football game, Emmy versus KU on Saturday in Columbia, it'll be like 75 degrees at kickoff. Temperatures in the middle to upper 60s for tailgating. That is just pure fall football in the Midwest. Fantastic stuff. Now, the second half of next week, as we're looking toward kind of September 10th through 15th, we will try to get back into the middle 80s. And the humidity will become maybe a little bit noticeable on Wednesday afternoon. I mean, the heat index could be running a few degrees above the actual temperature. But I'm really not seeing any good signals for highs to actually return back into the 90s anytime soon. The average last 90-degree day is September 18th. I'm not going to say we're done with the 90s, but I think the chances of us at least having additional days, multiple days in the 90s, is pretty low at this point. We're really getting spoiled here by the end of summer. And, technically, meteorological fall began on the first of the month. So we're just in fall. The weather is behaving. Recapping what the weather was like last month and really overall for the summer, we ended up pretty average in terms of rainfall. We had wet months and dry months where July was wet, August was dry. Temperatures overall ended up being pretty cool. It was in the kind of top 30% coolest summers on record. In fact, the last 3 years, again, this is probably going to be hard for you to believe, but we're looking at the top third in terms of coolest summers on record. It's been pretty great stuff overall. But as a reminder, it's supposed to be hot in summer, but it has been much hotter overall several years ago. So I'm saying 2025, 24, 23, we're all relatively similar in terms of overall temperatures, and they're generally cooler than average. All right, recapping the forecast. 80 to 85 this afternoon. The chance for some scattered thunderstorms between 4 and 10, capable of producing damaging wind gusts and some hail. 75 on Thursday. Friday looks really chilly, cloudy. Temperatures in the 60s, a little breezy all throughout the day. About 75 to 80 degrees for the high temperature then. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Low temperatures 55 to 60 every single morning in there. Then we'll make our way back up into the middle 80s by the middle part of September. Thanks so much for joining me for this edition of the Kansas City Weather Report. You can find me on social media at West Weather. Have a good one.